Got dreams of being a professional podcaster, but have no idea what you're doing?
This is impossible.
That's about to change.
A new kind of school.
Welcome to the Pod School Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the show. Today I am going to be delving into the topic of podcast seasons. When you are starting out, or if you have yet to start your podcast and you're thinking, holy crap, that's a lot of work and I have to do it every single week for the rest of my life. How am I ever going to be able to come up with that much content? Or what if life gets in the way? How am I going to do this forever? What if I build an audience and then they want me to turn up all the time and I don't want to turn up anymore? It can be a stressful thing when you are beginning. So I wanted to just drop into your head the idea of seasons as an option for your show. Essentially, this is basically a way of packaging smaller morsels of your program into maybe 6, 8, 10, 20 episode lots. It could be whatever number you choose, and wrapping a little bow on each season and then having a break in between. This can mean that you can sort of batch record and get ahead of yourself and do a whole season at one time, release that season, and while the season's rolling out, actually start recording and getting ready for your next season. Or alternatively, if you are doing it week by week, it can give you a chance to just have a break in the middle. Again, like I said, the seasons can be as long or as short as you want, but it can take some of the pressure off needing to do a 52-week a year, year in, year out show, which can be really daunting for people. You may have listened to a show by Gimlet Media called Startup. That was one of their very first show, and it followed the process of them actually building that podcasting company from scratch. And in season 1, they focused on their business, Gimlet Media. Then on season 2, they went and focused on another business. So it can be a really nice way to not only give yourself a break, but to also vary the content a bit from season to season. Sure, if it works for you, you can do season 1, season 2, season 3, and it basically be the same. I do that with my interview series, You've Got to Start Somewhere. I did a long first season with a lot of episodes. I had a break in between, and now I'm starting up season 2 with some new episodes, but essentially the essence of the show is the same. But if you have an overarching theme where you could focus on a different area each season, then it can be a really nice way to break things up and give yourself a little bit of a chance to snooze in between. Remember that there are no real rules about seasons in terms of the length or how many episodes they are. It will always, as with everything, depend on your content and what is best for you and your audience. So think about that before you start to have a panic attack when you're thinking about starting your own show and thinking, oh God, I cannot do this for the rest of my life every single week. You don't have to. It doesn't need to be something that is going on in perpetuity. Things can exist in seasons. And to be honest, if you wrap an idea up in one season, then it doesn't need to be another one. There are some shows like S-Town, which was just perfectly told in one season. It was a brilliant run of episodes. And of course, it leaves everybody wanting more, but it wrapped up just like a really nice film or a really nice television season. And then you can go on to a new idea. Don't think that podcasting means you have to be crawling across the finish line every week until you are absolutely broken and bruised and suffering a nervous breakdown. You can do it in a much easier, simpler way with seasons. I hope that's taken some of the pressure off, fingers crossed, or maybe it's just made you think differently about your content. If you've got any questions, please head to podschoolpodcast.com where you can contact me. You can find the show notes for this and other episodes, and also a link to my online podcasting course, Pod School, which is a step-by-step guide through every part of the podcasting process if you just want someone to hold your hand through it, because sometimes it can be a bit bloody daunting, we all know. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you next week, and until then, happy podcasting.
That's all for today.